everybody. Welcome back to What's He Smoking with Daddy Matty. Today, we're actually not smoking. We're just going to be cooking one of my son's favorite meals. Let me introduce my son, Mason James. Yay!
Hello.
All right, this is my 12-year-old son, Mason. Many of you may recognize him from the restaurant. Mason was a staple there. He was also one of my lead waiters and also a busser and general right-hand man. He actually managed the restaurant for 2 days while I took his oldest brother to college last year. So he's got a lot of experience in the restaurant biz so far for his age. So, Mace, what are we going to be doing today?
We're doing fried chicken with gravy and sweet potatoes and broccoli.
All right. So what do you think where should we start in terms of this journey?
I say we should do the chicken first.
I think we do the potatoes first because we've got to get the water heated up, and then we got to boil the potatoes and we got to chop them up into cubes, right, so that they'll get mashable.
Okay.
What do you think about that? Okay, so
that sounds good.
We'll turn this on. Great. Now, while that's getting hot, one of the things we always do with pasta, with potatoes, with whatever, we always add a little bit of salt. So we'll grab our little salt, add a little bit of salt to the water, and let that come to a boil. All right. Now, while we're here, I'll go ahead and grab our sweet potatoes. And what we'll do, grab a knife, and then so that they cook faster and they're easier to mash, and this is true of regular potatoes as well, we'll just sort of cube them up, okay? They're all getting mashed, so it doesn't have to be pretty. We'll just go ahead and cube them up.
You just want to make them small enough that they don't.
Yeah, so
they're not impossible to
right
smash.
Exactly, and they'll cook faster in smaller when they're smaller. If you've got to cook all the way through a big yam like that, that's going to take a minute.
And it has to go all the way down to the middle.
You got it. You got it. So we have that, and we have that. All right. Okay. Oop. Yeah, exactly. So we'll edit that out.
Here you are.
All right.
You dropped it.
Well, it jumped. It was a suicide.
Okay.
Okay. So now we've got all of our yams ready, right?
Yep.
And one of the things that's true of potatoes is that it doesn't matter when you put them in the water. So if the water's not boiling, that doesn't matter. You can bring the water to boil with the potatoes in it. So we'll go ahead and just add the potatoes. Yeah. If you want to grab some.
Sure.
And try not to do what I just did and drop some. That'd be great. And we'll get those started. And since we're just cooking for our little family tonight, we don't need to have a mountain of potatoes, but you can make whatever adjustment in your recipe at home that you think you might need to. Okay.
Now what's next, Mr.
Well, I think we should go for the chicken. I think you're right. Okay. Yeah. So why don't you get the chicken out? So we're just using chicken breast, just a regular old store-bought chicken breast. But one of the things that we are going to do is, once we dig into this, is we're going to go ahead and sort of make them into cutlets. And the idea there is that cutlets cook a little quicker because we are going to fry the chicken. Everybody's had an example of when they've been working with chicken and it's taken forever, particularly for chicken breast to cook through. Yep. And the idea here is by making the cuts thinner, it's going to make it easier for us to go ahead and cook the chicken all the way through more quickly. And the other problem with doing fried chicken, if you have big pieces of chicken, is that you will end up burning the outside and not cooking the inside. And that is not the goal.
We're trying to get it nice and crispy, but still well done in the middle.
Exactly. We don't want raw chicken, but we don't want chicken that is
completely burned on the outside.
Exactly. That's no fun, right?
Exactly.
Okay. How was school today, Mace?
It was pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't do much.
Okay. I have to talk to your teachers about that, won't I?
Okay.
All right. I'm using tongs here just because We're going to get our hands dirty in a minute anyway, but one of the challenges that a lot of us have is washing our hands 400 times during a meal, and so I'm trying to avoid at least one washing. Okay, now we need to pound out the chicken, right? Exactly. Now we have lost our pounder, so we're going to have to come up with an alternative because we're not pounding a really hard piece of meat. If you're doing a cube steak or something like that, you would want to have like a heavy mallet for doing the tenderizing. But the chicken we're really just tenderizing it just to make it easier to eat. And so why don't we go ahead and we're going to you can wrap it in saran, or I prefer to put it in a Ziploc bag for the pounding portion of the meal, just because it keeps the meat from, keeps the meat together while you're pounding it out, but it also makes less of a mess in the kitchen. All right, and then we'll close this up just so that my less of a mess comment doesn't become more of a mess. And now you can just go ahead and take out today's frustrations on our chicken. Okay. Well, wow, it's a frustrating day. Okay.
I got a little.
The chicken didn't do anything to you.
There we go.
Let me grab us a plate to put our chicken on. And go ahead and grab those tongs. Good stuff. All right, so we'll move this just off camera a little bit over here. Let's grab 2 bowls here.
2 bowls. Here's 1 bowl.
All right, bowl number 1.
Here's the second bowl.
Okay, bowl number 2. Great. All right, we've got them like that. Now, one's going to be a wet bowl, one's going to be a dry bowl. Exactly. So let's go ahead and make the dry. And this is what we're gonna dredge the chicken with, or through. Yeah.
Flour.
So we need flour. So I'm gonna bring my lovely assistant over here because you're not in frame, my friend.
Oh no.
So all right. So why don't you go ahead and in whichever bowl you like, why don't you go ahead and put 2 cups of flour.
2 cups. We have a cup. Might be in one of our 3 areas. I've got
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, you found it. Let's go. Here we go.
Okay. So 2 cups of flour.
2 cups of flour.
I like to grab a knife, so
yeah,
so I get the exact amount.
Yeah, exactly. This comes in handy when we're baking, for sure.
Exactly. I'll just use this one because it's a little bit closer.
All right. And you're very brave wearing black while you're working with flour. So we'll hope that doesn't work against you. Okay, there you go. Good. Okie dokie.
There's 2 flour in there.
All right. And then we're just using the store-bought panko just for an additional crisp. Go ahead, let's do 1 cup of panko.
1 cup of panko.
Do it right over the bowl, though.
Okay, fine.
Otherwise, the dog's going to be happy for all the stuff you spilled. And it doesn't have to be a precise cup. Go ahead and fill it, overflow it.
Just like that?
Yeah, even a little bit more. More, yeah.
And it makes me put the entire one in.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, good. Good.
1 cup of panko.
So get that out of the way. All right. Now, for seasoning, we'll do a little bit of salt.
Exactly.
So there's not a precise measurement there. That's probably about a tablespoon of salt. We'll use a little bit of garlic powder. Okay. Again, probably about a tablespoon maybe. Black pepper. We're going to use crack it fresh, but you don't have to. You can just use whatever's easy. If this feels like too much work, then just use the stuff that's already milled for you. And we'll just add enough to add some color to our mix. And I always add a little bit of cayenne pepper at the end. Not enough to blow anybody's heads off. So you're talking probably about, less than a teaspoon, but enough to give it some color and just a little bit more of a depth of flavor on our dry ingredient.
Exactly.
Now
this is what it looks like as well.
Yeah, there you go. Nice. So why don't we go ahead and mix that up?
Okay, grab a fork.
And I'll put the flour away. There we go. All right. So we're boiling over here with the potatoes. So turn that down. Once they're boiling, don't need to parboil them anymore. Well, you did pretty good. There's a little bit of flour mess there, but
there's a little bit. But
for a boy though, that's pretty good. All right, now let's make. So we've got our dry. That's all ready to go. Now we're going to make our wet ingredients, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to dredge our chicken first through the dry, then into the wet, then back into the dry, and then we're going to shingle it out for when we go and put it in the Dutch oven to fry it. So for wet ingredients, why don't we start with 2 eggs?
2 eggs.
Yeah.
2 eggs.
There we go. And nothing special about these eggs. They're just eggs.
Store-bought again, like most of the stuff we have.
Yeah. Okay. I'll put these away if you want to crack those.
Sure.
And then I have this little thing right here to put.
Put those in?
Yep. Just to put any odds and ends that need to go into the trash. Okay. Perfect. Nicely done. If you want to wash your hands, go right ahead. All right. Now we're also going to use a little bit of milk in the dredge, in the liquid portion of the dredge. So you want to have enough liquid to basically be able to dredge all of the chicken that we just prepared. So I'm going to sort of look at it as about maybe 1.5 cups of milk, and that should be plenty for us to work with. And the only other thing that I always add, next one of these, Mace, we'll have to actually get all the ingredients organized first.
I know.
Just kind of racing around the kitchen, but this is more like real life. All right, is a little bit of hot sauce. So I've got some Tabasco.
Think about me though.
I'm thinking about you.
That's a lot.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. All right, let's go ahead and whisk that all together. So it does take a minute. One of the ways to know that your liquid dredge is good is that when you run a fork through it, you're not getting big pieces of egg white that are still unmixed in the mixture, and that way it's nice and it's been nice and mixed up.
Yep.
There's another word I was going to use there, but
my brain broke.
My brain broke. Again.
Brain freeze.
Yeah. Some would argue that it was never functioning properly the first time. Okay, so Mace, you, my friend, are in charge because I don't want to get my hands dirty. So this is your job.
Okay.
So you remember how to do this? I'm going to get another plate for.
I believe I remember.
So
First we
do dry ingredients.
Yeah. First dry.
Okay. Go ahead.
Sure we do that quite well.
You can do this with tongs too, but what happens is the tongs get all gummed up, and so that is a less good way to do it. All right, and then back in, so dry, and then wet, and then dry again. Just try to make sure you get as much of that dry ingredient on there as you can. Perfect. Okay. All right, and then go ahead and just set it right there. Perfect. Okay. Nice. Number 2. Senor.
Ooh. Get that nice and
Get that first coat on it. Yeah.
Put it back.
Yeah.
Make sure you have it quite even.
Yeah.
Make sure it's going to be crunchy when you put it on the fryer.
We put it in the fryer. Well, we don't have a fryer.
Yeah, we don't have a fryer.
So we're going to use a Dutch oven today, which is our Le Creuset. And I prefer using the Le Creuset as opposed to using, say, a frying pan, just because with the Le Creuset we have the we've got the top that we can put on it. So less oil to clean up afterwards.
Exactly.
Less mess. There we go, Bob. Nice. Yeah, give it another little bit of dredge.
Ooh, this one's a little less dredged.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
My hands are so.
Yeah, nice.
Now I know I didn't want it.
Yeah, see? See, there is wisdom that comes with age.
Exactly.
That's an important part of all of this. Yeah, just take some of that and just sweep it around. I'll just put this here, get it more on camera. Perfect.
Yeah, my hands are a little bit floury.
Your hands are very floury. Well, that's good. Okay, so our fried chicken has been prepped. It's been tenderized, and now we've got the coating on the fried chicken, and now we can sort of go on to the next thing, which is going to be cream gravy. Right?
Okay, so now we're gonna start to make one of my favorite gravies. My dad's famous cream gravy that he used to make at the restaurant for brunch.
All right. So what do we need to make the cream gravy?
So for the roux, we'll need butter.
Okay.
And flour.
So I've got about 4 tablespoons of butter to start. Is that enough?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead and turn that on, and then put it down at about medium high, right?
So around 3-4.
Yep. Yeah. On this stove, that's about right.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
Okay.
And then I'll hand you the butter.
Yep.
Go ahead and use that center space as where you're going to put your tools.
Yep. Okay.
Now I'm going to make up a little bit. Couple of healthy spoonfuls. So there we go.
Exactly. That should be plenty.
Okay, good. Don't worry. Next one of these we do will be so much more prepared.
Maybe.
All right, now I want to just work. I was late with the cream. In a perfect world, that butter wouldn't be quite so clogged up. And
Exactly. So it's gonna take us a
take us
little bit
minutes.
longer.
Yeah, just to get that worked into the cream. And we're still stirring it because we're using a cast iron pan, and the pan is still hot, even though we've turned the heat off.
Yeah, because they're conduct heat much better.
Ah, you are learning something in school.
I know that.
Yeah, right.
I learned that from a video today, actually.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Gold melts at a lower temperature than cast iron.
Yes, thank goodness.
That's why they use that when they put in like the log and heat it up. That's what they do when they make gold bricks.
Well, unfortunately, with my chosen profession, gold bricks are not anything I see very often.
Yeah, we saw my class today. We watched a video, and it's all about how like people lose their jewelry in New York.
Oh yeah.
It's misplaced, so it gets into those little cracks in sidewalks. And this guy in the video just got like a normal vacuum cleaner, and he went out there at like night, and he just started vacuuming the sidewalks. And
wow.
Guess how much he made?
How much?
Yes.
$500. Way? Oh, is this something that we're gonna need to start doing?
Around 250,000.
Holy smokes! Well,
some of them were fake. I think he got.
I'm gonna move our sweet potatoes over here for mashing.
Exactly. He found rubies, sapphires, diamonds.
That guy's lucky, isn't he?
Gold. Yeah, and that's all over the span of 200 years on just this little area.
Wow.
And it is illegal, but the cops didn't care.
New York's, oh god, a million stories like that, doesn't it? All right, so we got our big.
All in the jewelry district.
Okay, yes. Oh, that's.
So that's why.
That makes more sense. So we're gonna do our fried chicken in this pot right here. Mace, let's see. Why don't we go ahead and we're gonna put in about half an inch of oil at the base of this, okay?
Okay.
And this pot is very well used. So,
talk about it.
yeah, so.
Looks like it's 100 years old.
Yeah, almost as old as I am.
Almost.
Almost. Okay, big boy. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and get the oil hot.
Yeah,
okay?
We know that one. You showed me a second. You grab some water and you just flick it.
Yeah, you just flick a little bit of water.
Just goes...
Yeah, if it bubbles because the water, is hitting the oil and immediately evaporating, then we're ready for frying. We also don't want to necessarily have it too hot, but at the same time, we want it hot enough that it's going to cook our food. All right?
I'll try to put some in.
Do the top one first.
It's a little bit camouflage.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead and lay it in there. I'm going to lay it nice and flat so that it'll cook evenly. There you go. You can probably get, this is a big pot, you can probably get 3 or 4 in there. Go ahead.
There's the second one.
All right, let's get that one in. Yeah, I think we can do 3 and 3.
Okay. Those look pretty golden brown to me.
Yeah, they do. Those are looking good.
So now we're gonna move on to the sweet potato mashed potatoes.
I like it.
Okay.
I like
so
it.
for this, we're gonna use butter as just to get it nice. Then we're gonna have to take it out.
Yeah.
Need a little spoon actually.
So let's use our slide spoon here.
Exactly. Make sure we get.
Great.
We don't want any long.
Yeah.
On a
All right.
I don't see any more.
Okay.
Maybe that's one.
Oh, there we go.
There's one. And
all right, I'll get this out of your way. I'll be your
that.
sous chef. Pardon me, real quick. So I can get this out of your way. And you're gonna put in about half a stick of butter, right?
About half of a stick. So that would be that much. I'm gonna start mashing.
All right.
Mash.
And what we probably want to do, go ahead while those are hot,
Yeah.
put the rest of that butter in there. Oh, I almost missed.
You almost missed.
That would have been a tragedy. All right, I'm gonna put some more cracked pepper in here. We're gonna need some salt too, right?
Yeah.
Because we're using unsalted butter.
I think it is. It's about a minute. Yeah. Those look a little burned, Dad.
Nope, that's just because it's dark in here. They're not burned. They're looking good. It's really good.
Looks like the sweet potatoes are pretty ready.
All right.
The
fried chicken is ready.
Is ready.
So we've got that right here.
As you can see, this chicken looks very delicioso. Cream gravy on top of mashed potatoes and fried chicken is so good.
All right.
So good.
Now we'll pull this. Oh, that broccoli looks great.
Now we need some butter.
Yeah, well, we can put some butter on the broccoli if you'd like.
I think I would.
Is there not enough fat on your plate?
Just thought I'd be a little bit better.
Yeah. All right, so we'll get a little bit more butter up. Well, let's go ahead. Let's put one of these things on a plate so that people know what we're talking about. Okay?
Make
So
sure
let me grab
nice.
another tongs here. Okay. So we'll take a piece.
I called dibs on the first plate.
I figured you would. All right. So I got a piece of fried chicken. Let's get ourselves a serving spoon here. Yeah, definitely the next one of these we do will be a little bit more organized, I think. So we'll go ahead, grab some of the sweet potato mashers.
Put it right next to it.
Put it right next to it. I want to make sure we got enough.
Exactly, that's enough for me.
Yeah, all right.
Need that much.
And then we want to do some broccoli. Nice broccoli on this plate.
And make sure we have enough for everyone.
Oh yeah.
So about
Oh, yeah.
1 per person.
Yeah.
And if you want more, you get more.
Exactly. And then turn the heat off here so we don't burn up our gravy.
Exactly.
Do a little mixeroo. Ladle on some cream gravy onto our mashers, over our chicken.
I haven't had this in so long though.
Yeah,
so
right?
Good.
So there we go. I think that's
my goodness.
looking very nice. And then we're going to take just a little sprig of our fresh parsley, right?
Exactly.
And we'll put that right there because we're fancy. Not that fancy.
We're not gourmet though.
No, definitely not gourmet. All right, and then there is the plate.
Looks really good.
There's dinner. There you go.
Dinner is served for me first.
Dinner is served. All right. Well, I don't think I think I've lost my right-hand man, so I think that means that's the end of this episode.
Bye-bye.
Oop, watch out, you're right in front of the camera. You can tell he lost complete focus when the food got served. All right, guys, that's all. We'll see you next time.